Welcome to Recollection Mall. If you were a mall rat like me or spent your formative years at the mall, then you've come to the right channel. Have you ever gone into your childhood or teenage or adulthood mall and ever wondered, I could have sworn that there was that store there? So let's take a trip down memory lane and go into the history of that mall in your home state. So stay tuned. Every Wednesday, I'll be doing a mall history of the oldest mall in every state in the US. Please subscribe and leave a comment or memory about your time at this mall. Thanks. Ground was broken for Mississippi's first mall-type shopping center on December 28, 1962. The complex, situated directly on the Gulf of Mexico, was built on a 41-acre parcel. This was located 6 miles west of downtown Biloxi in an unincorporated section of Harrison County. The single-level complex opened for business with 12 stores and services on September 26, 1963. The mall encompassed approximately 395,000 leasable square feet, and for the mall was the largest enclosed shopping center in the Southeast. It was anchored by a single-level 81,000 square foot Gafers and a single-level 31,000 square foot God Shows. Charter inline stores included Walgreens Drug, Hobbyville, Gordon's Jeweler, Lerner's Shops, Baker Qualicraft Shoes, Kinney Shoes, a Jitney Jungle Supermarket, and a two-level J.J. Newberry 5 and Dime. Edgewater Plaza was formally annexed in the city of Biloxi in September of 1964. During its early years, the mall was not successful. It was sold for back taxes in September of 1965 when an entity known as the Anglo-American Properties became the proprietor. The complex was also sold for delinquent taxes in February of 1967 when the League, Texas-based American National Insurance Company, established ownership. By the late 1960s, things at the mall had turned around. The adjacent Edgewater Golf Hotel was razed in May of 1971. Its area provided space for an eastward expansion of the mall. Construction commenced on the 200,000 square foot East Mall on October 1, 1971. A one-level 72,000 square foot Sears held its grand opening on August 9, 1972. 9 inline stores opened their doors on October 19, 1972. Covering 3 days, the October 1972 grand opening was attended by several Gulf Coast mayors and mall officials. A ceremonial ribbon was cut. Store dedications were held on October 26 to November 1st. East Mall stores included Tom McCann Shoes, The Ranch, Mississippi Music Incorporated, Neil's Foot Gear, Mr. Frank's, Tie Bar, Mitchell Curry's Magnavox Home Entertainment Center, and Jackson-based Waldorf's Apparel. As part of the mall expansion, Gafers added a second level, with its store being enlarged to 167,000 square feet. It reopened on July 29, 1974. Post-renovation, Edgewater Plaza spanned approximately 530,000 leasable square feet and had 100 stores and services. A freestanding movie house, the Ogden Perry Theater's Edgewater Plaza Cinema 1 and 2 was built in the mall's northwest parking area. This venue showed its first features on June 7, 1973. An in-mall twin opened in the mid-1970s, which was known as the Edgewater Plaza Cinema 3 and 4. These theaters were in business until September of 1995. Meanwhile, J.J. Newberry had closed its doors in 1978. The store was replaced by a JCPenney, which opened for business on January 24, 1979. By this time, the Edgewater Plaza Shopping City moniker had changed into a more up-to-date Edgewater Mall. During a late 1980s renovation, the mall's interior was modernized with its original decor being replaced with postmodern fixtures. Gafers expanded to 224,000 feet with a southeast addition. In 1986, the God Shows chain filed for bankruptcy and the stores were closed. A subsequent mall remodeling in 1993 replaced the shuttered God Shows with a 13-bay food court. The mall's exterior was also remodeled, and the mall proper was expanded for a second time later in the 1990s. A two-level, 160,000 square foot Jackson-based McRae's was added, which opened for business on August 6, 1997. 8 inline stores and a dual-level parking garage were also built. Likewise, Sears had a second level constructed for a total of 120,000 square feet. JCPenney also enlarged their store into an adjacent space. Originally a supermarket, the area had also housed the McQuarrie's 5 & Dime, which closed in 1996. With the store enlargement, Penney's encompassed 100,000 square feet. Edgewater Mall now spanned approximately 815,000 leasable square feet and housed 110 stores and services. In November of 1998, Gaffer's closed. It would reopen as Dillard's. In September of 1999, Jim Wilson and Associates assumed management and leasing duties for the mall's proprietor, the American National Insurance Company. Edgewater Mall took a direct hit from Hurricane Katrina in August of 2005. In the aftermath, the entire mall was out of business. Sears became the first store to reopen on September 28, 2005. It would be 4 months before most retailers were back in business. Stores along the beach-facing front of the mall had been the hardest hit. What remained of the outparcel Sears Auto Center and O'Charlie's restaurant were knocked down. In 2006, Dillard shut down just before the storm and was out of business indefinitely. After 2 years spent haggling over their insurance claim, the Little Rock retailer gutted their building, demolished the front section that had been added in 1988, and built a small western expansion. The two-level 187,000 square foot store was rededicated on March 5, 2008. In March of 2006, McRae's closed. They reopened as a rebranded Belk. In August of 2017, Sears closed. The vacant building was bulldozed with a 32,000 square foot mega movieplex taking its place. The mall's food court and entrances were refurbished at the same time that the Biloxi Premier Lux Cine and Pizza Pub was being built. The state-of-the-art 8-plex was dedicated on November 28, 2018. Today, the 840,000 square foot mall is anchored by Belk, Dillard's, JCPenney, and Premier Cinemas. It has over 100 stores and services. What do you remember about this mall? Leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.